Hi there Capricorn, welcome back to Wild Lotus Tarot. This will be your weekly intuitive reading for October 19th through to the 25th. Capricorn, let's see what's on the cards for you. Getting started with the Work Your Light Oracle from Rebecca Campbell to pull an overarching message or theme. There it goes, comes straight out. Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? It always reminds me, of course, of the High Priestess, this energy, and you know, whether you're being called to step up and lead in your relationships, in your, work or business, what really makes us powerful is operating from, fact, logic, and intuition, head and heart. So some of you might be bringing together those energies, but yeah, really being asked to step forward, to have strong boundaries, and to lead. Maybe be the controller of your own life in a bit more of a direct way this week. Let's go to the yogic path. I have got Rajas. Yeah, I mean, that's very much a fire energy. It reminds me a lot of the Strength card. So Rajas in Ayurveda is dynamic movement, aggression, and energy. So it means you might have a lot of that kind of fire energy moving through you this week. And really, we do want to make sure that we balance it with that kind of cooling, kind of Aquarian energy, because, sometimes the Rajas energy can tip over to being, argumentative or aggressive or feeling frustrated, that kind of thing. But used wisely, it's an amazing energy to get stuff done and maybe to step into your power as well. Capricorn, let's go to the tarot story. Beginning with the energy, here we go, of recent past leading up to now. Well, I've got the King of Wands and it came out with the Eight of Swords. So that is definitely getting power over the mind, I think, here for some of you. Let's go for the current or focus energy for Capricorn. Oh, look at this. Energy that links to Aries, the Fool, biggest cards of new beginnings, fresh new starts. Maybe you're stepping up and leading your life in a new direction. Well, let's get the outcome energy, near future outcome, please, for Capricorn. The Temperance. So there's that cooling, balancing energy that I was talking about. We also do have the Aquarian energy of the star is what I was thinking of when I said it's important to balance that Rajas energy with the cooling Aquarian energy. It's all about balance here, balance and soothing and coming into a place of equilibrium emotionally. Clarifying, it's too many guys. Clarifying the Eight of Swords with the King of Wands. Here she goes, the High Priestess. Yeah, I was expecting that. Absolutely, you're stepping into power, getting control over that mind, which can be our greatest tool, but the ego mind can also be, our worst enemy at times as well. Clarifying the Fool for you. I have got the energy of Judgment, of Awakening, and the Seven of Swords. There's a new beginning opening up here, but we want to be careful not to self-sabotage it. I've got the Four of Swords here, and I've got the Seven of Cups too, so interesting energies here. Nine of Pentacles is at the bottom of this deck here, called Nine of Crystals. So Capricorn, there's definitely a new path opening up to you, and I think maybe some of you have been doing some work to get yourself in a position where you can step into this leadership. For some of you, I think you might be stepping up in the workplace into, supervisor, team leader, manager, that kind of thing. And if it's not an official, climbing of the ranks, I think it's really symbolic in terms of, really stepping into your power. And then, of course, in time, you'll probably be recognized for that. So we have you coming from Eight of Swords energy, which really is that energy of the mind being in control and creating that kind of mental prison through the over-analyzing, the self-sabotage. I'm saying that because I've got Seven of Swords coming up. That can definitely have that meaning for me. You know, the ego mind getting out of control, really. And that's kind of what I see in the Rajas energy here. I mean, it reminds me of the Strength card, which shows the lion and the angel, you know, the ego mind and the higher self. So by bringing that ego mind under control, soothing our inner demons, which for some of us can be that overactive intellect, then we can really start to unlock our full potential. And it's interesting because in the Eight of Swords we see somebody who's bound around third eye, heart and gut, all the intuitive centers. So the message here is by being too much in the mind and the thoughts, we create a mental prison for ourselves because we cannot access our intuition, which is our real compass, our true north that guides us forward. So the High Priestess has come in to say, hey, you know what? Operate from intuition. That's where your priestess power lies. That's how you can really step up and lead. And look at this one. This is interesting. We have the tiger here as well, but this time it's under control. It's been soothed, right? That is interesting. It's very aligned imagery there. So that's what I'm seeing in those cards, and that allows you to step into power. Nine of Pentacles is somebody who is independent, self-sufficient, knows their quality and worth, and is very attractive and magnetic because of that. Somebody who would be recognized to step up and lead, like the King of Wands, the card of Leo here, which of course it links to the Strength card because the Strength card is the card of Leo, so this is all tying in just perfectly here. But the King of Wands is an entrepreneur, a business person, a leader, a mentor, somebody who can see opportunities coming a mile off and knows where to put that inspired action in order to move their life ahead in terms of quality and success. So I see a real kind of movement into power, and maybe you've already done that, and that is why you're kind of being recognized here, or stepping into power so that you can then, you know, do that thing, walk that path, make that change, have that fresh start that maybe you've wanted to for a while, but there was a sense of the mind sabotaging that for you. That's what the Seven of Swords for me stands for in this reading. With the Eight, is like, don't slip back into the over-analyzing. Don't hold yourself back from this fresh start that is presenting itself here. Now, interesting because we've got it with Awakening, which is the energy of judgment. And judgment really is that wake-up call, you know, the divine wake-up call to say, hey, you know what? There is a new start here. There is a change in your life that is coming for you. Are you going to take the leap of faith onto that path? Because you are being called by the divine to step up and lead, to step up onto the new path in all of your individual glory. It could be finally stepping into business with that King of Wands, you know, taking the entrepreneurial journey, or starting up that side project that you've always wanted to, or allowing that side hustle to slowly cross over and become your main thing. Again, it can be in the workplace, stepping up as well. But there's a sense of you moving past limitations this week. For example, in the Judgment card, the Rider version of this one, we see people that are like launching out of dark black boxes, right? And they're naked. So it's like they're shedding skins and they're leaving behind the toxicity, the limitations that have held them back. Because I always say inside those dark boxes is the devil energy, right? It's our own self-sabotage. It's the energy of the mind. It's maybe the energy of somebody else's mind that wanted to keep us small, control us, manipulate us. All those kind of limitations, you are overcoming them to the point that you can actually really start achieving and moving forward in your life. So, you know, the energy of judgment is like, okay, you might be really close to closing out a big cycle, because this comes before the World and the Major Arcana, which is the last card, the victory that comes from closing a big cycle that frees you up energetically to step onto the new path and take the Fool's journey. So you could be making a big transition in your life here. Obviously it's a general reading, guys, so you can relate it to yourself, but I feel like it's about stepping into power, stepping up and leading in your life. It could be just taking control of your life, taking control of, you know, family, household, that kind of thing as well. But with the Fool, we are encouraged to walk that new journey, even though we might not really know where it's all heading. We're just being led by our instincts. The High Priestess says, be led by your intuition and be guided forward onto this fresh new start, this new beginning, this new journey. The High Priestess, just going back to that, can be the revealer of mysteries or information in timely kind of timely unfolding. So there could be some kind of truth that comes to light as well. That is the final piece for going, yeah, you know what, I'm ready to step beyond my limitations. I'm ready to be seen. I'm ready to come out. This could be a real coming out, you know, coming out into your glory, coming out about your sexuality, coming out about spiritual gifts or talents. I'm really getting that kind of energy from this. Capricorn, so we have got, maybe we will do these ones first actually. Yeah, I mean, Four of Swords with the Seven of Cups. Be careful not to get overwhelmed by all of these changes and all of the options that are going to be unfolding for you. I think you're not going to be short of opportunities with the Seven of Cups. However, there's a certain amount of discernment that needs to come into play when we have the Seven of Cups, because it can be lots of different opportunities coming in for us, but the key is to discern those that are truly worth pursuing. That's where the King of Wands will help you, because that energy is the master visionary that can really you know, see which opportunities are worth going for. I think I said that before. There is an element of, hey, maybe you need to take a little time out after this kind of big realization or stepping onto this new path, whatever it is for you, because the Four of Swords can be that momentary pause to heal, to recalibrate, and when the time is right, you know, you'll know what that next move is. That's the Ace of Swords there, and it's about the new insight, the breakthrough, which I think probably comes through your intuition, through the High Priestess. That's the information she wants to bring to you. That will be revealed in that moment of pause, and then you'll know how to move forward and potentially seize one, two, or some of these opportunities that are presenting. We just need to be careful with the Seven of Cups that we're not playing into people in situations that promise the world and don't deliver. This can be my card of hollow promises. So we really want to make sure that people around us are operating with integrity and authenticity as well. But look what we're ending on. Star and the Temperance. Interesting, because the Star follows on from the Tower in Major Arcana. Temperance follows on from Death. So some of you might have gone through a big release or be very close to it, because we've got the, you know, obviously the Judgment right before the World as well. There's really a feeling of either being in the time of stepping onto a new path after a major change in your life, or that you might be moving into that. Now, both of these cards, obviously, you know, we've got this theme of emotional rebalancing, tipping out the waters of the past, emptying our vessel. Judgment is like that as well, shedding skins, rebirth, renewal, coming into a place of grounded stability, working on our mental, physical, and emotional well-being. And when we do, when we come into that place and we get into a really good place energetically, again, that's when the path forward is revealed, and that whole new dawn, that new day can happen for us. And the Star is also that card of divine wish fulfillment. So it says this process that's unfolding, this shedding of the skins, the stepping up and leading, this bringing the ego mind under control, tuning into the intuition, you know, it's really one step closer to that divine wish fulfillment, that promise of the Star energy. So beautiful message here for you this week, Capricorn. Keep going on the process. It all looks like it's unfolding really beautifully. We've got the perfect balance here with the Rajas fire energy and that beautiful cooling star energy. So I say go for it. Okay, Capricorn, I am going to leave it there, and I do hope you enjoyed this reading. Keep in mind it is a general reading for the Capricorn collective, so it may not be your reading this week. Feel free to drop me a comment if you're called to share. I do read them all and try to respond to as many as I can. Helps me get to know you guys and connect with your energies, and I will see you back here next week for another reading.